Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is Cody Weber, and we're here today with Cherokee. Say hello, Cherokee.
Hi.
A lot of people listening.
Yeah.
We're here today because we're going to talk a little bit about a lot, but mostly what it is like to be a new mother and the challenges. Hello, Kat. And the challenges that come with being a new mom. Also, just get it out there, get a perspective to people, for younger people out there, what it's like. So Cherokee, I'd like for you to start off a little bit by telling me your age and what led you to having a child at this age.
Well, I'm 20, and a lot of things kind of led to me having a kid. She wasn't planned; it was an accident. But what happened?
Right here. It's got Molly on it, and we.
Well, I was with this guy named Sean for about a year almost, and he passed away in a car accident. And after he passed away, I found out that he was cheating on me with his ex-wife and doing a bunch of heroin and shit behind my back. And then I got pissed off and went and fucked Matt. And I ended up getting pregnant the first time I fucked him. And then, yeah, that's kind of what happened.
You are so tremendously honest about that story. Wow. So just that fling, one fling led to that a child, a baby.
And I was told that I couldn't have kids. And then it just, somehow that...
Did that give you, a false sense of confidence?
Well, I mean, I had to take... hormones, suppository hormones, that, you have to put up in there every night before you go to bed.
Yeah.
And that's how she made it. Basically, I had to do it my whole first trimester, and if I wouldn't have done it, I would have miscarried. I've had 2 miscarriages before her. And then they told me I couldn't.
So, when the doctors told you that you couldn't have children, you believed them, and then that kind of lulled you in your securities around, being protective against having a child.
Right.
That's something else.
See ya.
That's something else. What exactly did the doctors tell you specifically?
They told me that I only release an egg once every 3 to 6 months. Mm-hmm. And so the chances of me even getting pregnant with that were very low. And I had gotten pregnant twice before, over 2.5 years. And each time I had a miscarriage. And we were just doing blood tests to figure out what was going on. Just basically doing a whole bunch of tests. And he told me that I wasn't producing enough hormones to keep the fetus alive.
Okay.
So
wow.
my body just wasn't, my shit's just not working right. Basically.
Yeah. Your shit is just not working right, people. That's what he said. That's what he said to her. She believed him, and look what happened. We have a beautiful child, beautiful baby girl, right over there, right off camera. Absolutely gorgeous. And so, and this experience, I mean, is it? Would you describe it as surreal? It's here and it, but. You can't really believe it, or can you really believe it?
At first,
set in?
At first it was really hard because it was an adjustment for the both of us. She didn't know how it was to be out here, and I didn't know what it was like to have a kid. So it was really kind of an adjustment. You have to learn. Basically, you have to learn each other. You're gonna be stuck with each other for the rest of your life. So you gotta feel each other out, kind of. It was really hard because my hormones were up here to keep the baby alive, and then once you have her, your hormones are trying to balance back out, and then you're just a fucking mess.
Don't the doctors help with that? They help regulate the hormones?
I mean, there's there's really nothing that you can do. I mean, after your 6 months, or 6 weeks, you go in for what's called a postpartum checkup. And then at that postpartum checkup, they check you for postpartum depression to see how your hormones are. Mm-hmm. And then after that, they can kind of give you some medicine to regulate it out. But, I mean, I am fine.
You're fine now. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I've learned to kind of handle her. And
so what kind of like preparations did you do to kind of get ready for motherhood?
Well, I thought that I was getting prepared, but like nothing that I did was actually prepared for how it was. Like, I had a whole bunch of clothes. I had bought in formula. My plan was to breastfeed, so I only had 1 can of formula.
Mm-hmm.
And then I ended up not being able to breastfeed, and it's a lot harder than you think. Breastfeeding is a lot harder than you think. And so it's a lot easier to just like formula feed her. And so obviously I wasn't prepared for the formulas. I didn't really understand like the sizes of diapers either. So I was like confused about that. But like once she was born and they were using the newborn diapers, I came home and I only had 1 thing of newborn diapers because I had bought all size 1.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, I just figured 1 because it was like 10 pounds or whatever. But she's 2 months old now and she still fits in the newborn diapers. So
that's like a lot of like physical preparation, like getting prepared for the baby. Well,
Yeah.
What kind of like mental preparation did you go through?
I was just kind of in my head trying to like play out how it was gonna be with the baby,
Mm-hmm.
and really like everything that you think before you like a first time mom, like you don't know what to expect. Like no matter how many kids you've been around, like. It is nothing. Like, it's nothing like that. Like, you don't know what to expect, basically. And, everything that I was preparing in my head was like, okay, like, I'm gonna be able to just, like, you know, like, carry her around all the time and get all my shit done. And no, it's not like that at all. Like, basically, you get into, like, this routine where you feed her, she goes to sleep, you wake up, change her, feed her, she goes back to sleep. And then once they start getting a little bit older, it starts to get to the point where they don't want to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to, like, listen to them scream all the time. And then you have to, like... And I got really lucky because she's always been pretty good sleeping through the night. But most people that I've talked to, their babies don't sleep through the night. So, I mean, she's always slept pretty well. She sleeps from 11 to 7 to 7:38.
Okay.
Anywhere in between there. And then I'll feed her again, and then she'll go back to sleep until about noon. And then after that, it's over after that. She ain't going to sleep.
Uh-oh. It's
Yeah.
over after that. That's
But
stay
she
away
does like to watch TV. And I just kind of let her chill and do her own thing, really.
So have you heard any of the recent studies on things you can do to help stimulate your baby's brain and like help stimulate the learning process, like preemptive learning? Have you looked into any of that?
Like sometimes I'll let her sit up and we'll put on YouTube, like on the TV. And like yesterday we were just watching like the Wheels on the Bus, and like it was just a bunch of videos. Like it was Wheels on the Bus, it was Old MacDonald Had a Farm, like just a whole bunch of like nursery rhymes basically. And then obviously we listened to like the ABCs, and then I'll sing to her myself.
You sing?
Yeah.
That's cute. That's cute. Yeah, that's wonderful. So, with the song, she'll pick up the human language, and she'll pick up on
And
words.
it, like, whenever you're like
ABCs.
holding her and like talking to her and like looking at her, you want to you want to talk to her because that's how you're gonna like create that bond. Really.
Is that it?
Mhm.
Okay.
Like, whenever you're feeding her and she's looking at you, like you just want to like talk to her and like make faces and stuff. Then
See,
she'll make faces back at you.
I did not know about that.
Yeah.
I'm completely ignorant.
That's how you get a bond, basically, by talking to her.
Wow. This whole
and,
thing
like,
is real.
She really knows the sound of my voice because, like, anytime anybody's ever holding her and I'm, like, walking around the house, she's, like, breaking her neck trying to find where I am. Because she hears me.
For you?
Yeah.
Yeah? That is so cute. So cute.
Mm-hmm.
New life, guys.
It's
New
crazy, and like whenever I first had her, like I would just cry a lot when I looked at her for like the first couple of weeks because like you're just looking at the thing that you just took 10 months of your fucking life to make, and it's like
And
you're
you
just
made
like
it.
yeah, it's just like oh my god, like I cannot fucking believe that just happened.
Yeah, and I think like I have a hard time wrapping my head around. Okay, and this might sound a little whatever, but you have a sperm and you have an egg and you create a brain.
And it's just like a little seed, and like I found out that I was pregnant when I was 4 weeks and 2 days, which was probably a good thing because, like I said, I needed those hormones.
Mm-hmm.
But in that ultrasound, she's just a little seed. Like, you can barely see her. She's just tiny.
And then cell division and...
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
And it's crazy because you're just, like, trying to wrap your head around the fact that you just made a human being. You're just like, my human body made another human body. Yeah. And it's fucking crazy.
Created
It's
existence.
fucking crazy, yeah.
Created
And you're
existence.
just, like, looking at her and you're just like, I cannot believe I just fucking did that. Like, basically, it's amazing. Like,
I think it is really amazing. On a personal level, guys, I don't believe children are for me. I do not believe I'm daddy material.
That's what I thought too.
I'm still learning. I'm a young man.
I just told everybody I was never going to have a kid. Like, that wasn't me. I just wanted to do my own thing, have my freedom.
Yeah, but you
But, like, now you get to, like, teach somebody else to do the things that, like, you love to do. And, like, it's fun because, like, whenever she gets older, like, we're going to be able to, like, go see movies. And we're going to be able to, like, go to the Children's Museum. And, like, just fun stuff that, like, I wouldn't have ever done if I didn't have a kid,
Yeah.
It's, like, it's a whole new experience that you get to live. And it's awesome.
And isn't this thing, like, it almost holds you personally accountable to be the hero in your own movie, right? Like, because they're going to always look up to you. So you have this sense of, like, moral obligation to be the best you can be, right?
Basically, and it's like you just want to, like, teach her to do good things. You want to teach her to be a good person, but, like, I also, like, one of the big things that I want to teach her is, like, to be her own person. Like, I want, like, everybody asks me if I want to get her ears pierced, but I don't want to do that because I want that to be something that she decides that she wants to do.
Right.
Like, because I'm not going to, like, make decisions for her, basically. Like, I want her to realize that she's her own person and that she can do her own thing and, like, within reason, obviously, but...
So what led you to that? Because I'm gonna give you, like, a little situation. There's a lot of crazy things going on right now with a lot of people, and I hate to bring it up, but there are people out there deciding children's futures by giving them hormones and changing who they are sexually. These extremist transgenderists are giving their babies hormones and changing their gender and making those decisions for those children, which I believe is completely absurd. I mean, how could you be the one to make that decision?
Right, like this.
It's not
this little girl is like her own person. Like she's gonna be whoever she was born to be. Like whatever this life decides that she was gonna be, like she was born to be that person. And like I'm not gonna make any decisions for her because I want her to realize that she needs to be independent and she needs to be her own person and like be herself. Because I don't believe that you're here to be anybody else but you. Like obviously the world needed somebody like you, so the world created you.
Okay. Well, here's an argument to that. Some might say that we are what we learn, and we are who we learn from. So you are basically just an accumulation of whatever you decide or are forced to learn, and then based on that is how you would come up with your thoughts and ideas, and that would all be based.
Come in.